Hey there Disney lovers, and welcome to Disney Movie Facts. This month we will be looking at Walt Disney Animation's silver movies and some facts you may not have known. Each month we'll be looking at a different era or singular movie, so make sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell. But let's get to it. Cinderella was the first Disney animated movie of the Silver Age, and the story behind it could have been the earliest story of all Disney stories. You may not know that the story of Cinderella can be traced back to 1st century BC, that's over 2,000 years old. It was said that an ancient Greek geographer told a tale about a slave girl from ancient Egypt whose sandal was snatched by an eagle. When the sandal is recovered by a king who admires its beautiful shape, he seeks out the shoe's owner and eventually makes the woman his wife. So that is the bare bones or barefoot version of Cinderella. However, there were other versions of the story, more notably Cendrillon by Perrault in 1697 and the far darker Aschenputtel by Brothers Grimm in 1812, both of which were more to what we know as Cinderella. But speaking of Brothers Grimm, you may or may not know this next one. In their version of Cinderella, the stepsisters cut off parts of their feet to try and make the slipper fit. Gross, right? There's a reason they are the Brothers Grimm. I don't think Walt's daughter would have been happy with that. Taking a trip down the rabbit hole, and did you know that Alice in Wonderland, there were at least 30 songs written for the film? Well, you might not have known because obviously there were not 30 songs in the movie. Most were discarded. One of these songs, called Beyond the Laughing Sky, was later repurposed for Peter Pan as the second star to the right. One of the songs that would have been performed would be by Cheshire Cat, called I'm Odd. But whether you love or hate Alice in Wonderland, the movie cost $3 million to make, spanning over 5 years, 3 directors, 13 credited writers, 750 artists, 800 gallons of paint, 1,000 watercolor hues, and 350,000 drawings and paintings. Now that's a lot of pictures. However, it only earned back $2.4 million. Oh well, it's made far more now, I can tell you. Now, taking that second star to the right and moving on to Peter Pan, it was well known that it was a book, but did you know it was originally a play first? The first stage performance opened in London at the Duke of York's Theatre on the 27th of December 1904. Walt Disney himself even played Peter Pan in a stage performance, not in London obviously. The play was later adapted into a novel in 1911 titled Peter and Wendy. The book also was constantly being updated and changed each year by J.M. Barrie. If you want to know a few more facts about Peter Pan and also some startling revelations about it, check out our podcast review of it, which we will link at the end of the video. You can check out DCast every second Saturday of the month, so make sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell. But back to some more facts, to Lady and the Tramp. Lady was actually inspired by Disney writer Joe Grant's actual Springer Spaniel. He showed some sketches of his dog Lady to Walt and he was impressed. Walt asked Joe to go off and create a full storyboard, bringing a fictional counterpart for his dog to life. The animation office was also filled with dogs of every shape and size to roam around. This would help the animators visualize how they moved, etc. But I think it was also for morale, because who doesn't love a dog in the office? I know Sam from DCast would have been in heaven. Time to wake up Sleeping Beauty for her fact that you may or may not know. The name Prince Philip was said to have been given as Americans would know the name from the Queen of England's husband. Now you would be thinking surely that would have been King Philip, but nope. Queen Elizabeth II married Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, 5 years before she was coronated. So he was Prince Philip. I don't really know how it works, to be honest. Any royalists or British historians out there like to enlighten us? Pop a comment down below. Over with 101 Dalmatians, we have some numbers for you. There are over 6 million spots in the movie. 6,469,952 to be precise. That is a heck of a lot of spots. In our podcast review of 101 Dalmatians, we come up with loads more facts that you may or may not know, so it is definitely worth checking that one out. I'll link it in the description below, or you can find it on the DCast playlist on the channel. Swinging over with the sword in the stone. Now, many animated movies and computer games out there would employ another voice actor to play the role for difference in ages of the character. However, in Sword in the Stone, Arthur, or Wart, didn't age, so didn't need to have another voice actor, or an extra 2 voice actors. Arthur was voiced by 3 different people and had an American accent for an English boy, was noticeably different for all 3. Ricky Sorensen was the initial voice of Arthur, but then hit puberty during production, which changed his voice. So director Wolfgang Ritterman cast his 2 brothers to complete the voiceover. Then the final movie of the Silver Age, The Jungle Book. Walt Disney thought the first draft of the script was far too dark, and also part of the songs were deemed too dark also. But the darkest part of this whole movie was, in fact, this was Walt Disney's final movie that he had overseen. Walt Disney died on 15th of December 1966, and the studio closed for a single day, but they got back to work to get his last movie released for October 18th, 1967. But that is it for these little facts of Disney's silver era of animated movies. Let us know in the comments if you have any more fun facts from these 8 movies. Also, don't forget to check out these videos and hit the subscribe button for much more Disney content. But until next time.